part two. Wow, I talk a lot. All right, so the first part's processing. I was gonna upload it and then talk some more so you guys could like watch and then yeah, it's uploading. It's not working. Like I'm still clicking on it like upload faster, bro, and it's not. Oh well. Crap, where did my questions go? Oh, they're behind. They're behind Tumblr. All right. So on to more questions. The last question I asked was my least favorite word in the English language. Um, and now we're gonna go to Gina's question. Gina's question was posted to Danny's site. IRP is Danny, as I said earlier. I said that earlier, right? Um, oh Gina, I love you, and I'm so sorry that I destroy your life sometimes. I really don't mean to. It's not my fault. But yeah. It says, what is Danny's perfect date dream girl favorite thing for a girl to wear, best concert he's ever been to, does he like girls who look exotic, I mean smiles. um and so Danny says, well, Danny has to think. Hurry up, buddy, you've had this question for like a half hour. Okay, so Danny likes simple dates. He's not, yeah, he's kind of like the dinner in the movie. He does the romantic gestures. He wouldn't mind taking Anna is his girlfriend right now, and he wouldn't mind just taking her out for ice cream. Dream girl. He doesn't really have a dream girl. He thought he did, but then Jessica crushed him like a bug, and so now he's kind of afraid to have a dream girl because he's afraid that a dream girl would crush him too. But he's very happy with Anna right now. Well, as happy as he can be. He's still kind of suffering from his injuries, and there's like this mob guy who's trying to kill him, and his who's threatened to kill him, and everybody he loves, and his dad's an idiot. But aside from the kidnapping stuff, Danny's doing okay, and he's happy with Anna. And I'm gonna go back to Gina's question now. Favorite thing for a girl to wear. Danny won't admit this in person, and he kind of just told me as a secret, and he knows that I'm bad at keeping his secrets. Uh, but Danny's totally kind of down for the pretty. I totally led you guys up to think it was something sexy. The really pretty like sundress kind of look, and he really just likes people who are simple. Like he doesn't get it why everybody has to be so complex and so like. I think that was his problem with C is he's really oblivious, and if she kind of went out and said, "Hey, I like you," he would have been like, "Oh, okay, that makes sense." But he didn't, and he likes simplicity. Um, he doesn't like girls who like need to dress up in like leather and rubber. I'm sure he'd appreciate it, but he doesn't need it. Does he like exotic girls? Yes. Um, Danny likes anybody. Danny likes anybody who'll make him smile. Uh, Gina, you do make him smile. He does laugh and feels happy when you message him. You should do it more often. Just saying. um, yes, away from the Danny question. This question confused me. Just a tad, just a little. Um, if you were trapped in a fantasy world, what would be your greatest of all grand adventures? I have no idea. I think back to like where I was talking about like the hybrid stuff, I think I'd like to fly. I think if I was living in a fantasy world, I would fantasize that I'd be able to fly. I kind of like the fantasy world that's been being developed for Bellator Lune, where there's people and they're descended from like this Greek goddess, um, and they defend the world from darkness. And I kind of like that. I like that they have different powers, and each power has a different background. I kind of like those kind of fantasies. So I don't know. I think my grandest of all grand adventures would be saving the world. I think that's kind of like a secret thing for me. I'd love to save the world. I have this big scratch on my neck, so so yeah. There. I answered that question. If you could be fluent in a language other than English, what would it be? Me gusta español muchas. I'm going to minor in Spanish. No matter what I choose to do ultimately for my career goal, like right now I'm pre-law, uh, I'm going to minor in Spanish. I think living in California, it's very useful to minor in Spanish. So yeah. I'm also hoping to end up being fluent in sign language. I like sign language. I think it's really pretty. I think it's like words like beautiful, daydream. Like I think words like that are really pretty. So that's why I started learning sign language, and then yeah. So either Spanish or sign language. That's the answer to my question. If if you could be an elephant for a day, what would you do? Do you think you'd miss being human? I think I would miss being human. But I also don't think I would. Elephants are the ones that never forget, right? I'm not screwing this up. I would know where my car keys were all the time. Like you don't know how often I have a key hook in my room, and I think in my brain that I put them there every day, and I don't. And I spend like half an hour in the morning looking for my car keys. So if I was an elephant, I would know where my car keys were. Ultimately, I wouldn't actually need a car key. I don't think elephants know how to drive. If they do, I'm sorry that I've insulted an elephant that knows how to drive. Can I meet you? That would be really awesome to meet an elephant that knows how to drive. Adding that to the list of things to do before I die. I'm nuts. Have I told you I'm nuts? What is the last movie you watched in theaters? I watched One Day, that Anne Hathaway movie, and that guy who's in Across the Universe. I always forget his name. He's really pretty. That movie made me cry, by the way. If you go, you need somebody that you can hug, and you need a box of tissues. And, like, the ability to scream. Like, that was my response to the movie. There was legit a part where I went, yeah. Who or what did you lose your fanfic virginity to? Oh my god. I hate looking back on this story. I started writing fanfiction when I was about 15, which was 5 years ago. I am 20 now. And I wrote CSI fanfiction. I was obsessed with CSI. I loved it. And I was a Sandal shipper, which is Greg Sanders and Sarah Seidel, if you guys have ever watched that show. Um, and I wrote a series. I wrote 5 stories with like 15 chapters each, of this universe where the main, like, Greg had a sister who, shocker, her name was Ashley. And she was a young woman, CSI, and she has this kid named Matt, and I hate looking back on it now because I'm so bad at like loopholes, and like I forget things, and like I wish I could rewrite it, but I don't have the inspiration to anymore. I don't really watch CSI as often, which is sad because I lost my fanfic virginity to it. But now most of my fan fictions are Dalton and Glee, covert affairs, mostly USA shows, and I'm really focusing more on original stuff. So that's kind of what I've been up to. What are your parents like? To make a long story short, in my phone, my mother is under the name Molly Weasley, and my father is under the name Bert Hummel. Uh, that's my parents. There you go. How about your siblings? Do you have siblings? I do. I have one brother, Nicholas, and he is 17, and he will be 18 in November. Oh my god, November. And he's everything you would imagine a 17-year-old football player in a small town high school to be. Take that as you will. I do love him though, like occasionally on Tuesdays, usually. I also have a sister. She is 10. Her name is Sarah. She'll be 11 in December, and she's in 5th grade. And she doesn't like to read. We don't really relate on a lot of things. She's very athletic, which I guess we can relate on, but I don't know. We don't get along as often as I'd like. Uh, I think it'll be different when I go away to college and come back and we're not like living in the same house, like fighting all the time. I think the same thing will be with my brother, but yeah, those are my siblings. This question is going to take a long time. Hold on. All right. Oh my god, if I have to make a part 3, I might have to scream. Why did you guys ask me so many questions? Because you asked for them, Ashley. Alright, so this is my OCs for all 18 of them, their worst fears. And, I'm kind of just going to go really fast. Not a lot of them need explanation. A lot of them are kind of, like, obvious. But a couple of them do need an explanation, so I'll go kind of quickly. Gracie, and I'm just going in order. I put them on a list here, and I'm going in order. Gracie's is rejection. You can imagine, so I mean 6 years in a foster home with nobody wanting to adopt you. She's kind of afraid that anybody's going to turn her down. Maya, is afraid of losing her brother in any sort of situation. EJ is afraid of fire. I can't explain that right now. It'll ruin the story. Felicity is afraid of her own nightmares. She'll end up not sleeping a lot, like I'm doing right now. Nell is afraid of driving. Lila Rose is afraid of her ex-boyfriend Anthony, also something I can't really bring up a lot. But she's not really afraid of him. She's more so afraid of what he's capable of doing. So yeah. Owen is afraid of flying. Yeah. Morgan is afraid of commitment. Shocker, really. If you've met my Morgan, my lovely little man whore. Cooper is afraid of his father. With good reason, he's afraid of his father. Morgan is also afraid of his father, but not as much as you'd expect of him. Johnny is afraid of disappointing his mother. He's kind of taken on the fatherly role in his house after his dad left, and he's really afraid that he's just going to let his mom down. So he's kind of an overachiever because of this fear. Patch doesn't like to talk, so Patch is afraid of public speaking. Ben, ironically, my blind OC, is afraid of the dark, and that he was afraid of the dark before he went blind, and now that he's blind, it's kind of something that he's always been a little on edge about. Lee is afraid of letting people down. As the leader of, a group who's supposed to save the world, I imagine that's a legit fear. Kiki is afraid of dying. Common fear for, 15-year-olds who go and fight evil. Blaze is afraid of heights. Nick is afraid that he'll end up running his father's multi-million-dollar hotel business and screwing it up. More so afraid of running the business and having to grow up and be responsible. Victor is afraid of telling his fathers that he's a vampire. He's very worried. It's like his words are, it's not like I'm going home to tell my dads that I'm gay, because they would get that because they are gay. He is going home to tell his fathers that he is a member of the underworld and he is descended by fate from a Greek goddess to destroy evil, and he drinks blood and can't go in the sun for a very long time. And yeah, I don't know how his parents are going to react to that. I hope they'll accept him. It's not the same as coming out as being a gay, but I feel like there's got to be some sort of similarity in there somewhere. I'm missing somebody. Oh, Lysander. Lysander is afraid that his sister will be taken away from him. You'll get to learn more about Lysander, and but he doesn't have parents. So, and he's taking care of his sister on his own, and he's afraid that CPS is going to come and take her away. That's a good question. Thank you. Thank you, Anon. Morgan, will you be sleeping with Ricky again? He is totally down for it. Morgan will sleep with anybody. Any boy, I guess. That's his picky self. But he's down for it, Ricky, whenever you are, sweetie. Quick questions. Top or bottom? Bottom. I'm a unicorn. I don't know, but probably bottom. I'm not, yeah. There's my awkwardness coming out right now. Another question for Morgan. Morgan, tell us about your tattoos and piercings. Morgan's got, I don't know what they're called. My best friend Elisa knows what they're all called, but I don't. He's got this pierced. He's got, like, his whole ear, just this one is pierced. He's got the industrial piercing up here. He had his nose pierced, but somebody told him it looked like a zit, so he took it out. He has his eyebrow pierced. He's got, I'm missing one. Oh no, that's all his piercings. He just has facial piercings. He has a tattoo of an angel on his shoulder, which I've shown you as a picture of. He's got something right here. It's like a script from a book he read when he was little that meant a lot to him. He hasn't told me what it is yet, though. And he has one here, or here. It's over wherever your heart is. There. And he has a cross there. Yeah. How are you? I'm good. I'm pretty good, actually. I had a good day. I spent it with my 1-year-old cousin Gregory. Oh my god, I'm gonna lose time. On to part 3. I love you.